Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Annie. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. I hope you guys are doing great. I was having a little camera problem once again. I got one card pulled and then my camera just kind of went blurry. So I got it plugged in right now. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. I need to get a separate microphone because I'm getting tired of this. So here we go. I'm doing it without my microphone clipped on, so hopefully you can still hear me good. I got my first card pulled. The question here is today, in regards to an hour ago, the palace announced that they are doing a impartial review of Meghan's bullying claims, and that it's supposed to be impartial, and it's to investigate the claims. So let's find out whether or not they can truly be impartial. When I had to stop and start again, but I did pull the legacy card. So they realize that this family legacy is completely, utterly effective here. Let's find out what else happens. What else comes out here? What else is going to pop out of here? I'm going to keep going. Just start off where I left off and it went blank on me. So here we go. Could be my vibrations too. And so we realized that things were off to a wrong path. So are they going to be impartial? The wrong path and the legacy card. And then we also have here, it's not quite a rock bottom, but almost a rock bottom because it's in reverse, healing from a rock bottom. So that would be the reasoning why they're doing it, is because they realize that it might look like they went down the wrong path. So let's keep pulling here. So that was the second card. This was the third card that goes there. So we got to keep pulling. Here we go. And then I've got here, it is in regards to a, to the immaturity and the earth energy here with the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, we're looking at something, polite, hardworking, and it's academia. So they're going to try to be hardworking, and they're going to be polite about it, and they're going to study it, basically. So they're going to study the situation of the supposed going down the wrong path for Markle in her attempts to being the star of the family, and it's affecting the overall legacy of the family, and it's healing from a rock bottom situation. So that is what that is saying. And then we also have here the Knight of Wands in reverse, and we've got the Death in reverse, and the outcome being Queen of Cups in reverse. Ooh. So can they be impartial? Well, with the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse, that is basically thinking that that's not the just do it card in reverse. It's a lack of courage. So they may not have the courage to be impartial. Wow. They may not have the courage to be impartial because it's in reverse. And the inability to change. Inability to change because it's death in reverse. And we have Queen of Cups in reverse. So that is kind of being angry and not being nurturing. So they will not be nurturing. They're not going to be nurturing the Queen, basically, is how I see that. So I would say yes, because the Queen's in reverse here. So they're not peddling to her, basically. They're not going to cater to her because she's in reverse. They're not, if it was an upright, I would be more concerned. It's in reverse. So this, okay, so this is actually telling me that, they don't have the courage to put her into this position and to be supportive and not be impartial, and the inability to change. So they do not have the ability to change being impartial or change the laws and how they behave, because they could be held accountable. So I would say the inability to change and having the Queen in reverse, to me, says they are going to be impartial because they're not putting her in a high position, basically. She's in reverse. And they don't have the courage to be deceitful. They don't have the courage to be deceitful, and they cannot change the fact that they need to do this impartially. So it's looking like yes, because of her being in reverse. Let's find out what the next cards say at the bottom of the deck. That is the Devil. So the Devil is willing to do just about anything. Subconsciously, they would like to. Subconsciously, they would love to be partial and to do what suits them and what they like to do. They really would like to, but that is a subconscious card, so that is subconsciously. Subconsciously, they don't like her. They would like to be partial. They really would. But in the center of it is what's going to truly end up happening. That will be, it's going to happen slowly. They're going to look at it and they're going to take their time, and it's going to be very slowly. It's not going to happen fast. So it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So I'm going to say yes, even though they're going to be tempted, the devil energy is going to tempt them, but they're not going to ultimately do it because they know there's a lot at stake with the inheritance of the family, the legacy, and the fact that this is about Megan and her earth energy, her immature energy, earth energy, Markle, this whole like wanting the light shined on her, being the star basically, and she went down the wrong path. It's about Megan going down the wrong path, choosing the wrong decisions. So it's looking like it's going to be a very slow finding. What they're going to find is going to be very slow, and they are going to be tempted with the devil. However, they're going to stop themselves because they cannot change the fact that they've got to do this deed, and they're not. And the death is in reverse, so it's not like they're going to want to hack her and cut her out. So that's also indicating that they will be impartial, because if they were going to be partial and not do it with honesty, we would see the Queen of Cups upright. We would see this upright, as far as I'm concerned, because it would take courage to cut her out and to put her first. So I'm saying, yes, they will be impartial. However, they are going to be subconsciously, they're tempted. They would like to just give ultimate support to the Queen, but they're not going to do it because these were all in reverse. So they will be impartial. They will be impartial, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to be slow. It's not going to be a fast decision. So what are they likely going to find? What will they likely find? What will they likely discover? What will they likely discover? What will this law firm likely discover? Whoops, forgot part of my cards here. What will they likely discover? What will they likely discover in this investigation? What will this firm find in this investigation? What will they find in this investigation? Here we go. Take those. They will find that, let's pull out 3 cards here. Well, they're going to figure out with the 3 of Wands in the upright, that is positive pattern. And we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. So that is the yes card, but it's in reverse, and it is the abundance card in reverse. And then they're going to see the 2 of Swords. So that is deadlocked. Oh boy. And confusion. Yikes. So they're going to be very confused at the end of this, and they're going to be deadlocked. And it's here with the 3 of Wands. They're thinking they're on a positive pattern, but they're going to be deadlocked, but they're not going to feel abundant in finding a solution and an answer because that's in reverse. So they're not going to be happy. They're not going to come to a nice, happy ending of clarity here. So it's looking like they're going to struggle with clarity. I'm going to put this here, and let's keep pulling because that's the way those cards should go. Let's keep pulling, and we're going to have the High Priestess. That's the inner knowing. So they're going to have an inner knowing, and their intuition is going to kick in with the findings that they have. They are going to be like, well, we kind of have a good idea here. They do have a good idea. They're not going to be totally not no. So there is going to be some ideas there. And then we have here in regards to the partnership of the employees, the lovers, and the family, and the outcome. Tower crashing. And now it all tower crashed. So I guess what I need to do, let's see, get the bottom of the deck, in regards to the Page of Wands, which I would say is Megan in this card, because it's the immature energy and acting courageous. And basically she thought she was very courageous being a nasty human being towards her employees. So I would take that as being Megan at the bottom of the deck. And then in the center of the card deck here I have, and she left as a result. So she thought she was being very courageous, but it didn't pan out. She couldn't keep anyone. So she ended up leaving. Nothing was working out. And it was a tower crashing moment. So I'm going to clarify this card here. What is this tower crashing moment? Is this going to be that Megan is guilty? Is this going to be that Megan is guilty? I will probably see we'll see what it ends up being. I might have to pull out my pendulum at this point, because with yes and no answers, you really do need a pendulum. So let's ask, please clarify the Tower. Please clarify the Tower. Please clarify the Tower. Here we go. We have here, boom. She wanted the Star. She wanted to go down the right path. So Megan's going to be, it's really hard with this. Oh, the Death. So they're going to probably recommend that it was the best thing to get rid of her, to have her out of the family. This is looking guilty here because of the Tower, her wanting to steal the limelight, thinking she's going down the right path, and the transformation that occurred because they left, the employees left, the death of the relationship, the employees walked, and it always created a tower crashing moment. So I'm going to say they're going to possibly go with guilt. They're going to lean on the side of guilt because of the Star and the Death and the Tower card here. So they're definitely going to lean towards Megan being guilty of said charges, is how I'm seeing it. I will pull out my pendulum at this point, and let's ask the pendulum. Will they find Megan guilty of all charges? Will they find Megan guilty of being a bully? Will the impartial jury of this law firm find Megan guilty? Will they find Megan guilty of being a bully to her employees? Will they find Megan being guilty of being a bully to her employees and her aides? Will they find Megan to be guilty of being a bully? Will they find Megan guilty of being a bully? And that is a yes. Yes, they will. That is yes. If it was no, it would be going this way. So yeah, they're gonna side with the aides and all the people that walked away, that created the death. They walked. So they're gonna tell their story. They're gonna be they are going to ask these employees, and these employees are going to explain Megan thinking she was always on the right path, that Megan always thought she was in the right, always had to be right. She was always on the right path. They were not, and that created the death of the relationship because Megan won't listen to anyone, and it created the tower crashing moment with those employees. And so, yes, they are going to side with the aides. Megan will be found guilty. So that is good. That is good. Unfortunately, with American politics and Americans, her popularity has raised greatly. Since the Oprah interview. Will they wake up? Will Americans wake up? Because they're drinking the Megan Kool-Aid right now. And it's all because they're really not into her. They really have not kept up. Let's just be honest. They saw an Oprah interview and then they sympathized. They did not see, they have not been following. They don't typically care. I am an American. I could tell you hands down, none of my friends or family members or any of my neighbors give one iota about the royals or Meghan Markle. Okay, nobody simply follows it or cares. This is simply just being sympathetic to one interview. So will they wake up? Will they wake up? Will Americans wake up? Will Americans wake up? Will Americans wake up? Here we go. We've got here the World in reverse. And we've got the leaving. So they will see things not going too well for her. So they're going to realize that she probably left because she couldn't get her way or something. Things did not work out for her clearly, so that's why she left. And we have here, she wanted to start something new and emotional, and she wants to be a star. So yes, they're going to see her as just chasing, as far as I'm concerned, thinking she's on the right path and chasing stardom. For me, this is always this chasing stardom for Megan, always wanting to chase some stardom. And we also have here, and the Emperor, and getting away from the Emperor energy, the Emperor of the family. She doesn't want to be around the firm. So they're going to see that. They're just going to see her as just not liking it and wanting to get out of Dodge, basically. It just didn't fit her. And they're going to see her as the Page of Pentacles. This would also could be for Archie. She did it for Archie, so they're still possibly drinking the Kool-Aid here. But nothing is spinning in her favor. Nothing is spinning in her favor. And they're not going to see things spinning in her favor, so they're going to see that. And they're going to think, they're not going to want to listen to her. Yes, thank God. Yes, yes, yes. I'm happy to see this. They don't really care what she has to say. Ace of Swords in reverse. They don't want to hear her. They don't want her in politics. They don't want to listen to her preach to them. So they don't want to listen to the preaching. And they realize she's got to balance her emotions and manifest with the Two of Pentacles. And basically, she's going to need a lot of effort to maintain her balance because she's moody. She's moody and unstable. And we've got here, everything's going to happen very fast. So, yeah, they're not going to want to listen to her. So that's good. They're just not going to be a willing ear. They're not going to be a willing ear to listen to Megan. I'm happy to see that. That's really the most important aspect for me, this right here. So let's pull some more on that one. What is it about Megan they don't want to hear? What is it about Megan that they don't want to hear? What is it about Megan they don't want to hear? What is it? What is it? Why don't they want to listen to Megan? Why don't they want, we all know why, but hey, why not ask the cards? Why don't they want to listen to Megan? What makes her off-putting? What makes her off-putting? What they don't want to hear her hear? What don't they want to hear? Well, they don't want to hear her manifesting. They don't want to hear about all her projects. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, we're doing this, we're doing that, and then they jump around. They don't want to hear their manifesting. So they're not interested in Archwell. They're not interested in Netflix. Yes, yes, yes. And they figure that they're just trying to get things to spin in their favor. She knows she's just trying to get the wheel to spin in her favor, and that they realize it's all happening slowly. So they're just not concerned. I'm so happy to see they don't want to listen to her projects. They don't want to hear it. That's great. And they figure she will not get her abundance. 9 of Cups in reverse. She's not going to win in the end. It's the Yes card in reverse. It's the abundance in reverse. That's wishes coming true in reverse. So they don't see her wishes coming true. And they're not going to make it happen. They don't care. They're not going to probably make it happen. And we have here the King of Wands in reverse. So they also see that Prince Charles, the higher seniors, are not going to give her aren't going to give her anything either. There's the support's going to will be in reverse completely, and so will they. They don't see her as courageous. They don't see her as courageous whatsoever. They just see her probably more as a weak individual having to flee. So they don't see the courageousness of her, and they don't see her as a Queen of Cups in reverse. They don't see her as an emotional, they're not going to buy into her emotional pleas eventually. And it's going to happen in front of the world with the 2 of Wands, and that's going to get off the ground. So it's going to get off the ground that they're just going to see her as kind of not really loving, nurturing energy, not courageous. Yeah, she's weak. She left and not getting what she wants. They're not concerned. They don't want to hear her projects. They don't want to know about it. They don't want to hear her speeches. They're going to say, yeah, we don't want to listen to you. And they're going to be like, you just want things to spin in your favor. We already got that. And everything's happening so slowly for you, and you're desperate. Under the surface, what do I have here? They have Page of Pentacles in reverse, so that they don't see them with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. They don't see them as being academic, because this here is upright. You know, what does Archwell Audio do? They try and preach, about understanding and educating people, but it's in reverse. They don't want to hear about Archwell Audio and lecturing people. They don't want to hear their higher knowledge or whatever they're trying to sell to people. So they don't see them as educator and academia. They don't view them as academia. That's good. That's another good card. Here we go. This is definitely not a Megan supporting channel here. And they see them crashing. They see the marriage crashing. They see everything she's doing is crashing. At the center of it, this is the center of the deck. They see it all crashing down, that she's not going to hold out. All of it's she's just going to fade into oblivion, basically. So that is how the Americans will view her. It's going to be a total crashing moment. So let's find out how will the palace react to when Megan crashes? How will the palace react when Megan crashes? How will the palace react? Well, they will be like, well, we're having a little bit of loss of sleep, probably because of Harry. and that they took the chance and it didn't work out. So they're going to see it as, you know, the Fool in reverse is worse than upright, okay? It's taking a fresh chance, fresh hopes, taking a chance, but that's just a complete failure right there. Complete failure. So they're going to see it as a complete fail. It was just, everything was just a complete rock bottom fail. A total fail. Harry failed, and Star in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So a complete fail, and he will probably have to go home if he is still alive. And we have here the King of Wands in reverse, and it was a lack of, he really isn't courageous. So they don't see that as a strong individual, really, kind of weakness. So that is how I see it. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.